SillyPseudonym play more Airborne Kingdom, and as you can see, we now have a windmill. Combine that with our water purifier, our filtration here, we are suddenly doing a lot better in terms of meeting our basic needs. And of course we have our spirit healers up here, which provide faith in a radius, as well as health for 20 inhabitants, so that's 40 people who have health. Not incredible, but still pretty decent, I say. And I've been researching more storage while we wait, but I could just sit here and research all day now, but let's get some of the mission done too while we do so. While we get the research finished. Increasing spirit healer capacity would be good. Increasing warehouse stacking would be nice. Increasing housing stacking would be good. Lots of good options here. Let's... We're going to need the extra lift no matter what we do. So let's get that lift in. And while we're here... Let's see, we can go... let's go to the eastern lands. Let's go see how these water dwellers are in the islands. What do they have to offer? What technology do they have to share? And I still need to look for more of the wonder pieces around here. So we'll have to keep an eye open for them. If we're at max speed time game-wise. But yeah, we went from almost starving to now being pretty much self-sufficient in terms of food, and definitely self-sufficient in terms of water and coal production. Now that may very well change. It probably will change once I unlock the greater lift and movement technologies, but that will free up people in exchange for coal consumption. But I'll need the people more and more to work on other things, and I'll probably get more lift and other stuff from the new buildings anyway. So it'll be a trade-off we'll be happy to make once we get there. And I see what looks like the first kingdom of the islands. Slowly approaching. Nothing of interest in the fog nearby, as best I can tell. Nope, we're just going off the map, quite literally. I do like that effect, like the map has been rolled out and the ends are peeling. It's an old map. It's been well used. It's a nice touch. Oh dear. Prepare for the shallows. As we fly deeper into the unknown, the ground ahead of us visibly changes. One of our people has heard rumors of this place, and we encourage her to speak about what she knows. She tells us that these are the shallows, large swaths of undrinkable salt water. Ancient kingdoms were built in these parts, and they must still exist today. Notably, there are fewer coal deposits, so we should make sure to be prepared as we venture forth. Understood. Yeah, we're fine. Perfectly fine. We make our own these days. Okay, this is nice. Still a little slow. Next upgrade may be speed. Oh, who am I kidding? Next upgrade is going to be probably something research or resource storage wise, or people, habitation, something like that. Now I wonder what needs I will need to meet to make them jubilant. Something with the canvas, perhaps. That would make sense. Unknown Kingdom. Now there's two right here. Small settlement. Don't really have the happiness really to recruit people, I don't think. Well, we can try. Doesn't hurt to listen. Oh, we actually have 2 people we can recruit. Well, welcome aboard. We will probably need you to work on whatever building we have. Cotton, okay. Well, I guess we know what the cells are made of. Can't really gather much because of our storage limit. I can build one more warehouse, I suppose. Don't know where I'm going to put the thing, but I can technically build it. How's that for our tilt? Still tilting towards the back a bit, but not horribly. Cora Bay. We fly towards a small outcropping of islands ahead of us, curious about the structures we see in the mist. In our approach, we begin to hear loud shouting and brace for the unknown. Yet as we near, we note the shouts are in fact cries of rejoice. Cheers are emanating among loud whoops and shrill laughter. The Shallows have been expecting us, and could not contain their joy, for they know of the prophecy, and that the Airborne Kingdom helps them all. The legend of the Airborne Kingdom had turned to doctrine in these lands, for in the distant past they were bountiful and rich, but through overuse they sank into the shallows. And the Airborne Kingdom would signal a new beginning for all. Music fills the air, meant to celebrate our arrival in Cora Bay, but in the melody, sadness echoes. We learned that the Corals had nearly finished their masterpiece, the Grand Harp, but they had lost it to the storms. The barge that held the nearly complete instrument and its final construction materials was washed away in the last enormous deluge, the same that kept the lands flooded. If we could find the Grand Harp and return to Cora Bay, harmony would resume again. This is a task for an Airborne Kingdom, and would prove our prophecy to the Corals, and to ourselves. Their music masters had toiled on finding a symphony worthy of such instruments, and when the central piece had gone missing, the song's harmonies sounded only of melancholy. Alright, what about blueprints, though? Something to convert cotton into cloth, I assume. Those symbols of the ancients, there arose a rhythm, and this the people of Cora Bay could not wait to explore. Okay, balloons. Low cost, no fuel, but only one worker, but doesn't provide much lift. Okay. Expensive too for 10, my. Hemp weaver, transformed cotton into hemp. Workers don't like living near it because of the fumes. Well, I understand that. Greenery. Provides comfort to homes to inhabitants, which offsets less pleasing constructions. Can be clumped together infinitely, so only one part of the clump must touch a path. Oh, okay, that's a interesting way of doing things. Okay, well, 10, 18, I'll just go ahead and buy up everything. We ask of other things, nothing at the moment. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so somewhere around here is the harp. Well, let's see if we can find this thing. All workers are busy. Well, we'll free up someone soon enough, I'm sure. There we go, send a worker. And yet another town. The Broken Isles. The Broken Isles have no leader, and most is shared among locals, though hard work is valued, and what one builds with their hands is theirs to keep. For the Broken Isles cherish the ancients' hard work most of all, and strive to emulate their dedication. They require aid, for the homes they have built are scattered among the 3 main isles. In low water, the people can travel between them, but low water has come ever less frequently. They need bridges to reconnect their lands as one, but the ability to build above the water, and the materials required for such construction, elude them. The prophecy foretells an airborne kingdom that will aid all lands. Our help to build these bridges would be the final proof needed to assure them we are genuine. It was not that the isles were isolated, for light signals, even shouts in the right conditions could echo across the waters, But to have a people, a family, with such distant connections, we felt a sadness at their state. Okay, so we need 5 wood and 15 wood and 5 hemp. Send 2 people, 2 hours, the normal blueprints. Are we not use them all? Okay, technology was adored by the people in the Broken Isles, for they worshipped. Most of all was found in the mind and spirit of their forebears and not in their tools. And then we have sales. High cost, no fuel, 4 workers, high speed. Okay. I guess we need to build that. Oh, we have to research it. Well, this might take a while. We will continue researching as we explore. Okay, send someone to search the ruins. How are we doing on glass? 20. That should be enough for most things we might be asked to construct. And we need to send a worker to that ruin. Is that in our search pattern? Yes, that's in our search range. Wood. What's this? Another unknown ruin. Alright, well, look at that too. Small settlement. Can we find people who wish to join? The love for bogs, and thus nature itself, was unbridled. Me chose to stay in the dampness where their descendants live to this day. We can get a couple of people. Grab a little bit of food. Just top things up a bit. This is outside our search radius actually, but that's fine. We're going to go back anyway. Plenty more to look around at. Ancient tower. A spire built by the ancients long ago now sits as a beacon through these murky lands. So many ancient ruins from the bygone era stood in those days. Though many are now collapsed and lost, the dream of that great society is ever present. Okay, so that must be a quest item that we can't use just yet. But we know now that it is there. Just a forest. An oasis. That's fine, we'll find you more ore eventually. If not, only because it'll be delivered to us by our allies. Where's that other ruin I was looking for? There it is. Haven't found any sign of the barge yet. Are we still in the search area? Yes, we are. It's just Adobe. Send a worker, grab the relic. We are getting rather slow. As we get more people and meet their needs, we might want to construct more propulsion. Depends on the rate of return. I need to research better propulsion as well as build more charcoal huts. That would help us be self-sufficient and a whole lot faster. Settlement. Still no sign of any barge. That feels too long to be a thicket, so I keep looking at it like it might be something else, but it is not. doubt it's down here. I don't see any sign of it being down here at the very least. May just dump some of this wood because we don't need that much. And it's interfering with our ability to collect other things like cotton. Let's dump some. Get some cotton while we're barely in the area. No, nothing over there either. Another ruin, though. Settlements we have not yet seen. Another unknown settlement. That's an unknown ruin. That might be it. Let's go gather these. Gather these relics first, and then we can move on. Oh, another unknown tower ruin. Okay. We might just make a wide circle. The Tree of Serenity. We near a lone, peaceful tree surrounded by ruined walls. We feel more serene the closer we approach. Immediately, we recognize it as one of the trees needed for the rumored tranquil gardens. This wondrous ancient construction would help our kingdom immensely. We pick its seeds with delight, knowing we're one step closer to building the tranquil gardens. Alright, so that's 2 of the 3 things we need for the garden wonder. Our construction storage is already almost full. Small settlement. Do we want to recruit people? We can recruit 2, I guess. I am worried about, again, exceeding our happiness limit. But for now. Oh, there's a coloration. Yep, fluorescent ponds we can use for dye. That's the settlement I was just looking at. Never mind. Thicket for food. Don't really need much food, but I can get a little bit. Coal deposit, we're good on coal for the moment. What are you? Ancient tower. Okay, so again, something we might use, but not currently. Boy, it is foggy. I hope one of these wanderers clears the fog for us. This is a bit much sometimes. I liked it when it's a little because it added a bit of mystery and all, but this much is starting to get a little distracting. That's the thicket. Now I'm looking for that ruin. Where was it? Another thicket, unknown settlement. Tree of Serenity, we've already seen you. Oh, there's another ruin I can search for a relic. Look at our map real quick. Okay, there's our lift. Very good. Let's get this hemp weaver. It'll only take 2 hours. It shouldn't take much time at all. Real world time. More relics. Excellent. I think that's our barge that we are looking for. Yep, Barge Settlers. A large barge floats in the middle of the shallows, large enough to house a small settlement of people. The flotsam was wide enough to house dozens of inhabitants, its resources all coming from the sea as it drifted among the lands. Okay, we ask of Corbeil. Knowing the Corals had lost their own barge. The settlers admit they do not know the barge's origins, but they refuse to give up their new home. We mention the Grand Harp, however. They know what we want. They had taken apart the instrument. Oh dear. Using its wood and fine string as stools to hold together their own settlement. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. They agree to gather its stray parts for us, understanding the import of our task. The Grand Harp is broken, but we must return its parts to Cora Bay and see what can be salvaged. We wound the pieces in the string, still marveling at their expert construction, for though they had been torn apart, all the craftsmanship still shone. Okay, so we can ask for migrants, but... Okay, well that's, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, we can build. Alright, what can I research now? Sell greenery. What can you do with greenery and clinic, huh? I'll research that just to figure out what that unlocks. Alright, hemp weaver. Let's put it over here. Good thing we researched that extra lift. Alright, let's go break the bad news. And by the time we're done with that, we can come back around and build the bridges for where are these other people? Everything's lost in fog. I don't know where anything is anymore. Those people. Broken Isles. We return with the broken instrument to the Corals. While we thought they would be disappointed by its state, they are rejoiced by its return. They claim they can fix the harp and still mount it on its perch. They need aid and materials to do so. The music masters were renewed by the sight of the Grand Harp. They began composing all new melodies to take advantage of the assumed ascendants. Okay, just 10 wood. I mean, we have plenty of wood. That's perfectly fine. And we can set nearby while we research. Okay, provides 1 comfort. The tea garden. Okay. And the temple. Let's see what these things are. Temple provides 10 comfort to people while providing faith in a large radius. Right? Tea garden, 5 comfort while providing health. Might need the tea garden more than the temple. Ooh, the temple takes a lot of people though. You better provide a very large radius of comfort, of faith for that many people. Tea garden. Only 5 people. That's a little bit more manageable. Okay, but what do we want to research now? Less consumption is going to always be good, but do we need to lift more? Lift is maximized as much as we can by the wing. Okay, the Great Harp is fixed. Wonderful. The harp ascends to the top of its perch, and a glorious melody consumes everyone. The corals are now in rhythm with the world and are ready to become our allies. A few of the workers even join us, so get more inhabitants. We must build them a sky beacon to reconnect them with the rest of the lands. The music was not merely notes and triads. It became a whirlwind, almost visible around us. There were colors in those songs, which I have never felt again. Okay, takes 10 hymns, so we'll need to build more. But we can do that. In fact, while we're here, is there any that we can harvest? There's a cotton. Getting a bit low on food. Well, getting a bit down on food relatively, but the windmill is definitely helping out here. Harvest all that we can, and while we do that, I'm going to dump some. Well, let's research first. Should have purchased those other technologies, I guess. Should have known, since you can use them as trade resources, that they would be used for more than... There would be more than what you would need to purchase the technology, but I thought better to be safe than sorry. Increase propulsion, that's good. We need to be moving around faster now. And let's dump some wood. $25, I think. Should be adequate for what we need. People are still decently happy. Need to get some more. Get some more people up from mediocre to really have a safety buffer, but it's decent. How much range are we getting? I may want to just build one of each building, and maybe, I don't know, they'll take a lot of planning to figure out what works best for each region. We'll see. Again, that's one of the reasons I researched that ability to move and destroy for free option. These kind of games you almost always want to be rebuilding at least 4 or 5 times by the end of the game, usually more. So, I am not surprised. Alright, that's 10. Let's see if that's enough. Build more hangars. Okay. We'll work on that. As we build more lift and construction things, we will almost certainly want to get more coal production, which will eat up our tree, our wood, so that's a problem that will eventually solve itself, I'm pretty sure. Already full resources there. Let's start moving, because by the time we finish... There, over here. By the time we get a good distance away, I'm sure it'll be done. Yeah. We are now allied with Cora Bay. They send 5 inhabitants, descendants or representative of the old council, to aid in remaking this legend. Okay, that put us right at the cap. They also supply us with 6 cotton every day. That's going to be a lot of cotton. Okay, so adobe and... Okay, so only adobe and glass are the only things that we don't get from our allies. Okay. Alright. We turn to other matters. Getting a little backward leaning, but that's okay. Broken Isles, give them the stuff. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait. When we look on the map, obviously there's going to be one over here, and probably either one here or here. Well, maybe there. Even here. We'll need to make a big circle around the edges, I suppose. Relic's already found. Just park here for now while we finish this up. Starting to lose a little bit more food thanks to the increase in population. Same for water. But we can always build more if we need to. In fact, just building one more would be adequate. Bridges are finished. Great. Oh, that's nice. That's a cute touch. Our workers build the bridges across above the rough waters, and soon the isles are reconnected. A few of the workers even join us. Oh dear. I forgot that part. I remember on the bridge usually, but I don't remember about the quest. The joy among the people is unmatched. Now reunite with their clan. We must build them a sky beacon to connect them with the rest of the islands. The Broken Isles would keep their name, a symbol of their past hubris. For their own folly caused the distance, and they were determined to never repeat the mistakes of the past. Alright, so we need to convert some more. We are now known as the Airborne Town. Okay, that means we're going to have to do a lot more to make people happy. Great. We've reached our goal. We've almost reached our goal of recreating the Great Council of the Ancients. Now we're a real town full of wonderful inhabitants whose contributions are beginning to create their own culture mixed with the best parts of all the places we have been. Their desires grow, wishing for all of light, faith, health, and comfort. Only then will they be truly jubilant. So, okay. Pause. We're going to sort this little backwards leaning by having to build a lot of houses. And we're also going to have to build comfort of some kind, even if it's just some greenery. So let's build some greenery right here. And that ate up all of our cotton. Hemp, I should say. We're working on it. How's our tilt now? Still leaning backwards a bit, but not as bad. Okay, we've got plenty of hemp to make canvas with. We're just going to have to take time to actually do it. Go on. There we go. Mediocre. We need more comfort. Most paths are lit. That's good. Put that down. Next, we might need to research those tea gardens just to make sure that we get people happy. Yeah, something like that would probably be good. All right. How is our comfort level now? It's a little bit better, but still need a lot more work to do. All right. We'll work on it. Anyway, I think that's been enough for another episode. We've accomplished a lot. We still have 2 more kingdoms to meet, and we still have to build the skyport here, but we're getting there. As ever, thank you all for stopping by.